So, the Minecraft movie. I got the chance to see it yesterday. Yeah, a little late to making the review on it, but when I got home, I was like, okay, I'm locking in. I had my camera set up, had my microphone set up, had everything set up. And then I was like, you know what, let me look online and see what other people thought of it before I make it, just in case I get eaten alive. Chances are I am going to get eaten alive for this, because I actually like the movie. But I looked online and I saw nothing but either absolute shit on this movie or saying it was just fine. Now, I liked the movie enough. I went in with insanely low expectations, so obviously I'm going to come out with a little bit better with what we're given, but I still can't say this movie's great. It's not a good movie, but it's a good Minecraft movie in my eyes. It's not particularly 100% canon to, or especially logical compared to the games. I don't really think it's that, but it definitely has the vibe that I feel, at least when I play Minecraft with friends. But starting with, I'm just gonna get straight in with this. Where to start? So, the positives. Let's start with the positives. We'll start with the positives. Positives, the CG animation. Phenomenal. Actually phenomenal. I think the teaser trailer is an insane upgrade from the teaser trailer. Granted, that teaser trailer came out 8 fucking months ago. So obviously that teaser is not the final image. They know that most, like, stuff like the sheep, like the characters that we saw in the teaser trailer that, like, looked horrible, are purposely made horrible for the sense of comedy. Like, the sheep is only in that one scene, the pink sheep. I don't think we actually see a white sheep at all. Yeah, CG is fantastic. I think there's 3 examples of, like, the best CG in the movie. The Iron Golem. I think the Iron Golem looks awesome. There's an Elytra chase scene. I think, like, that green screen could have looked absolutely egregious, but it actually does kind of look like they're flying through, like, a Minecraft canyon. It reminds me of the glide minigame in 4J Studios' version of Minecraft on the console edition. It reminded me of that. And then the third best CG scene was definitely the first fight scene we see with Steve, where he's fighting off the zombies and shit. Yeah, CG, phenomenal. I think they really make the world look great. The cinematography is awesome for what they're given. And I love the sets as well. Like, they really did, because most of the time, actually most of this movie, they're not outside really. They're either, like, wandering a forest, like they're enclosed in a forest, or they're, in the village walking around, or they're in the woodland mansion. And they're actual sets. They're actually practical sets. And if there's one thing I love in a movie is the sets. So I gotta hand it to them for actually really bringing these places to life, especially the Woodland Mansion. I loved how that was put together. It was really cool. I think the acting wasn't that bad in this. There's only 2 characters in this movie that I think weighed it down for me. And that is the sister in this movie, I forgot her name, and the realtor. Yeah, there's a real estate agent in this movie that also owns a petting zoo. I don't know why those characters were in here. I mean, I get why the sister was, but it wasn't fleshed out enough, so I didn't see the point. They could have easily wrote her out. The realtor just, like, did not have any laughs, did not have any arc, any personality. Tonally, it was all over the place. There's a couple of parts where she's, like, the straight woman trying to, be, like, the sensical person in the situation. And then there's other parts where she's, like, hamming it up and trying to go Jack Black levels. I didn't get it. Didn't make me laugh. I didn't see the point in it. Other than that, Jack Black, Jason Momoa, and the kid, I feel very bad that I'm not remembering his name, but I think this is, like, his first film. He plays Henry in the movie. There is a point in the movie where it is just them, and that's when I kind of had, like, my peak enjoyment level, when it was just those 3 guys. I mean, Jack Black obviously is going to be entertaining, but I will say, in his role in this, because this is probably the thing people are going to be mostly on the edge about when going to see this movie, is how is Jack Black? And the way I'll describe it is, you'll either really, really like it, or you're gonna really, really hate it. There is no in between there. If you like Jumanji, like, if you like how he acted in Jumanji, not the movie itself, but, like, if you liked and laughed at him in Jumanji, then you'll love the shit out of this movie. If you were incredibly annoyed with him in Jumanji, then you're gonna absolutely egregiously hate his character in this movie, because he's pretty much just hamming everything up to 11. Now, Jason Momoa, He plays Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison, and they call him Gar Gar in the movie. He brings the comedy. I don't think there's maybe like 4 jokes out of the whole movie that don't land for him. But most of the time, I am thoroughly enjoyed by his presence. I think he's the best part of the movie. I honestly wish he was the main character, but I'll get to that later. And I also liked, I liked the idea of a loner, like peaked in high school 80s gamer esports player that has to accept the fact that they will never peak again, but still tries on the outside to pretend that they are still peaking. Another positives, the action sequences and the cinematography. I had a lot of fun with the action sequences. There's 3, I believe, in this. You could count 5, but I wouldn't really count them action sequences. They kind of feel a little dry, but there's 3 in this movie that really stand out. Steve, meeting everybody for the first time. He does like a kick-ass fight scene with a bunch of zombies. They were fun. They were enjoyable. It was entertaining. And the cinematography, I mean, holy shit, this movie is gorgeous. I saw this in Dolby. I didn't want to see it in IMAX because I had low expectations going into this, and honestly, the more I think about the movie, the less I think it would be good to see in IMAX. This movie, you don't need to see in IMAX. It's not that grand. It's not that incredible. And, what else? Other positives. Technoblade got a cameo in the movie. That was awesome, and that was like the big cheer moment in my theater. I saw this with a great crowd, by the way. Everyone cheered at what they needed to cheer at, but then there was a lot of points where it was like I heard, it was a very audible crowd, I'll say that. There's a line Jack Black says, and it felt great. It was awesome. A couple of YouTubers actually get cameos in this movie. Techno was definitely the standout, but there's a couple. So, I do appreciate, now this is something that people are arguing they're gonna be hit or miss with. I did appreciate how they were implementing Minecraft mechanics into a live action, persona, or a live action standpoint. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in Minecraft with the physics engine or any mechanic that happens within the game that would not be interesting to see in live action. Stuff like the Elytra wingsuits, for example, as they call them in the movie. That I don't know why they had to say wingsuits, but Elytras is fine enough. They definitely don't act like how they act in the game. Cause with Elytras, they do acknowledge that fireworks can propel it within the movie, but they're like steady going the same height for like a full 2 minutes. And that's not how Elytras work in the game. If you're aware of how to use Elytras, if you try and stay the same height, you are going to start sinking down fast. You need to, go down and then just semi-up to, keep it. You're just gliding, basically. It's just gliding physics. There's no damage meter in this movie. Like when they get hit, yeah, it hurts, but they don't lose a heart or anything like that. There's nothing like that. So it really comes down to more practical applications to how something will die. I think there's only a couple of instances where something actually, just poofs up in smoke or, turns into a pork chop or something. Cause there was a couple of points in the movie it was like, okay, yeah, he hit him a couple of times and it turned into a pork chop. That's what would happen. But then there's a couple of times where they didn't punch it at all. They just slammed it against the wall a couple of times and then it blew up. Then it blew up. And there's a couple of instances where they're close to creepers and they don't explode. But there is a lot of practical application in this movie, especially, actually another good, they did the, MLG, water bucket move in this movie, and it is not accurate to how it's done in Minecraft at all. In this movie, they actually have to throw the water out of the bucket and actually use trajectory in order to place the source block, but it doesn't create a source block. It creates just a puddle of water. So when they land, the water just immediately starts soaking into the ground. But like I said, there's some practical application, because seeing a water bucket MLG shot in live action, if it was faithful to Minecraft, how it's done in that game, wouldn't look appealing, would it? You can't tell me with a straight face that would look cool. I think they make it look pretty interesting, and a film standpoint, there's a lot of stuff that you have to change in order to make a game like Minecraft look appealing and entertaining. I think for the most part they did that. I think that's all the positives out of the way. Let's go to the negatives. This is not a good movie. It is not at all. But that doesn't mean it's a bad video game movie. I think we've gotten enough good video game movies in the past couple of years, and are able to give this one a little bit of slack. This has no story at all. It's there, but I don't give a shit. It has no character arcs, and then when there are, they are solved either in 10 minutes or not at all. There's no end goal to this movie, really, when it comes to the characters. Like, the characters, yeah, as an audience, we want them to defeat Megushla, or whatever the fuck her name is, the Piglin Queen, and save the overworld. Most of the characters don't really care about that until the very end. The writing of this movie is all over the place, man. The only thing the writing has going for it in this film is when it's trying to not take itself seriously. When it is trying to take itself seriously, with most of the conversations that are happening in, like, IRL, like between the sister and Henry, most of that stuff's supposed to be serious, and then when they're trying to do, like, character moments for some reason, it's just absolute cringe. But when it's trying to be absurd, Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, Jared Hess movie absurdity, it's very entertaining to watch. The comedy lands for me 70-75% of the time. When a scene is not trying to be funny, it does not land. But the thing is, most 90% of this movie is trying to be funny and absurd. So it kind of gets a pass in my eyes. But that fact alone right there is what is going to determine how somebody is going to lead this movie. If you can't understand that this movie is supposed to just be an absurd comedy, you are going to absolutely hate this movie. Because like I said, everything but the comedy is absolute dog shit. But like I said, in my mind, that doesn't matter for a good Minecraft movie for me. If you don't think that, you're gonna absolutely hate this movie. So that fact alone is what is going to determine how people see this movie. Other negatives: the villain has like 3 funny moments, but her voice is like listening to Cranky Kong in the Mario movie. I fucking hated it. There was a big chungus character in this movie, and I really wanted him to just be the villain. I think Jared Hess even did the voice for him, but he had this like LA mushy accent, and I loved every second of it. Anyway, this is gonna be a relatively shorter review compared to what I've normally put out, but I'll say C+. C+. It's incredibly mid. It's a absolutely dog shit of a movie, but that doesn't mean it wasn't entertaining, and that doesn't mean it's a bad Minecraft movie. I think when it comes to making a good Minecraft movie, this is the best we're gonna get out of Hollywood. Obviously, in my eyes, I could see me even writing a better script, but this is the best we're gonna get out of Hollywood. 100%. We're never getting a better Minecraft film after this. There is post-credits in this movie. I would recommend staying to watch them, because the funniest joke in the movie is in the mid-credit scene. And the post-credit scene, if you're a Minecraft fan, wait for it. If you're not, get the hell out of the theater. I enjoyed it. I think some people in the Minecraft movie or Minecraft community will enjoy it. And I think people who are a fan of Jared Hess's films will also enjoy it. Granted, he doesn't have a great track record, but love Napoleon Dynamite, have a soft spot for Nacho Libre. And now that I think about it, I'm not going to really talk about many spoilers, except for one scene that I did promise I would tell about if you wanted to wait till the end. With the Elytra scene, the second funniest joke in the film happens during the Elytra scene. I kid you not, Jason Momoa and Jack Black get into a 69 position and call it a man sandwich. Take it or leave it.